guitar and producing and engineering, but he knows how to talk to the drummer in drummer's language. He knows how to talk to the keyboard player in keyboard language. He knows how to talk to the bass player and relate, because he can play all those instruments as well as any.
Yeah.
So we're kind of do on that one too, man. He made it easy to be able to just be ourselves and just play. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Now, Nick, you grew up in Chicago and had the good fortune to perform with some legends, including Jimmy Rogers, Willie Big Eye Smith, and Jimmy Dawkins. Now, I wonder, what's the best advice or words of wisdom any of these greats have ever given you?
The one thing that they all had in common was about listening to what's happening around you. I think one of the biggest mistakes that musicians make, especially in the blues world, and to me this is a fatal flaw in the blues world, is that many musicians just play their part. You hear the guitar player playing the guitar part, the bass player playing the bass part, the drums are playing the drums, the harmonica playing the harmonica part, the piano player playing the piano part, but they're not playing the song. They're not playing the band. They're not playing the stage. They're not playing the space around them. They're just playing their parts. And listening to each other and playing with each other and complimenting and accenting and dancing with the guy next to you on stage with your instrument is so important in this music.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
It's so, like you said, generic and just stiff and, just like antiseptic, or, just when you hear it done that way. And then when you hear it done the way it's supposed to be done, like those classic recordings from Chess, the Muddy Water stuff, the very first bands, from those 50s with Jimmy and Will and Muddy, and Elgin Evans and Walter and all those guys, the way they flowed in and out of each other. Sometimes it sounded like they were all soloing at the same time, but they were staying out of each other's way and answering each other back, and it's the most beautiful thing when you hear it and understand it.
Right. All right, lesson to be learned from the new album that takes us into a little break where we listen to the Blues People soundbite featuring the voices of the late great Big Joe Williams. And we'll be right back.
Take notes. Listen up. You better do your homework. Sit down. Class is in session. Listen up.
Blues America, taking you down to the crossroads. You ready? You ready? You ready?
Blues America, Blues People, Soundbite.
And I got that money off them. I record that, Baby Please Don't Go, 1929. I'm Rhythm Joe Williams. I record that. The audio trying to change. Don't you go, don't you go. I got that money off that. Next one, Lightning Hopkins tried it. They come to Fort Worth, Texas. Gold Star, they went out of business. I got that money off that. Next one, Muddy Water got it for Chess. I got that money off that. No, Joe Williams. I'm the Rhythm Joe Williams. I'm the composer.
Blues America, like cornbread and chili.
Doggy.
Damn, that's good.
This is Oscar Wilson, Mr. 43rd Street, Chicago, Illinois, and you're listening to Blues America.
Diner in the Music Bed, that's from the hot new album, The High Cost of Low Living, by today's special guests, Nick Moss and Dennis Grueling. And we just heard the voice of the late, great Big Joe Williams. Now, Nick, you heard the old man talking about the blues, and my generic question for you is, what is your definition of the blues?
Oh, it's definitely a feeling. I mean, but it's more than one feeling. It's just your feeling. To me, it's always been misdiagnosed, if you will. I don't know, man. Blues is happy. Blues is sexy. Blues is dirty. Blues is sad. Blues is angry. Blues is every emotion. It's not just, when people say, oh, it's about, my woman done left me. No, it's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. It's definitely the most organic, soulful music to me, out of, in recent, I don't know, the last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Very good. Nick, you're an excellent songwriter, but of course this is the blues, and everybody's going to do some blues standards. So tell me how you choose the best cover songs.
Sometimes it's just something that I love, and sometimes it's just something that other people love. Like Dennis came up with covering Get Your Hands Out of My Pocket. We had been just, especially in the first part of our courtship, if you will, we were just kind of coming up with songs that we both loved from the Chicago catalog. And Dennis is a huge fan of James Cotton, which makes me happy because Cotton's probably my favorite of the Chicago blues harps. And most harmonica players will probably slap me for that. Or maybe they won't slap me, but they'll say, well, what about Little Walter? Okay, he's great. He's great, but I don't know. Cotton's the guy that speaks to me. And anyways, especially that era. And so, Dennis, you brought that, right?
I brought that up, and along with that was the first mention, along with Slamhammer, which is another James Cotton one. They were both around the mid '60s, for me, and I love all the great harp players. My biggest influences would be, with Walter and James Cotton and George Smith. But that era of James Cotton is so fierce and so powerful, and those Chicago records from that era in particular were just awesome. Johnny Young and Otis Spann and all those guys, and I just love those.
Well, all right, guys. Well, thanks for taking the time away from your busy blues tour, where I know you're living the high life, riding on a big fancy B.B. King tour bus and eating caviar with the money just blowing out of the windows.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yep. This is the life. This is the life. I got my top hat and tails on right now. I'm about to go. About to go hit the Gucci store right now.
But seriously, congrats on this hot new album, and I hope to see you guys out there on the road.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right, buddy.
And for the listeners, the Way, Way Back Blues with Walter Vincent is coming up next.
Blues America is endorsed by the Phoenix Blues Society. Learn how to become a member at phoenixblues.org.
I'm John Primer.
And I'm Bob Cortor.
You listen to Blues America.
What we're going to do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
It's time to go back, baby. Way, way back. This is the Way, Way Back Blues.
I've been working overtime, baby. Oh, this done got hard. Been working overtime, baby. Oh, this done got hard. Just put a block on me, baby. Turn me in your backyard. I've been walking all night when the sun refused to shine. Been walking all night when the sun refused to shine. And if I find her tonight, I'm gonna really wake up overtime. Sweet baby, crying won't help you. Crying won't do no good. Crying won't help you. praying won't do no good. That's when you feel she have quit you, done everything you could. The work ain't so hard, baby, just the way you do. Work ain't so hard, baby, it's just the way you do. Remember the way you treat poor Walter, it's coming home to you. It'll be a day going after, need my help alone. Day going and after, you'll need my help alone. That's when you call for poor Walter, but he won't be in your home.
Well, that's the way back blues with the pre-war blues pioneer Walter Vincent singing about them overtime blues. We all know about that. Walter was a member of the famed Mississippi Sheiks and one of the least known members, or at least to be sure, the one with the most neglected attention given his fine blues talent and his great work as a sideman. This is partly due to different spellings of his name that probably caused some identity confusion with his brand. Now, Walter once claimed that he was the original composer of the hit blues standard, Sitting on Top of the World. Now, after leaving the Sheiks, he migrated to Chicago, but he never found much success with his music despite being rediscovered during the 1960s. In 2008, 33 years after his death, the song Sitting on Top of the World was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. The music of Walter Vincent is highly recommended for any serious blues fans. Well, this is Where the Blues Talks, a little program recorded weekly at the Chico Chisholm Memorial Studio in Phoenix. I've been your host, Drew Verbis. I'd like to thank my two wonderful guests, Nick Moss and Dennis Grueling. And as always, links to today's special guests is posted at our website, bluesamerica.com. Well, thank you to all you fine community radio stations for supporting the blues, and all of you who are listening, be a patriot and support Blues America. Bye.
We'll travel. More Blues America next week.
Blues America, America.
Promotional consideration for Blues America is provided by the Southwest Musical Arts Foundation, the Phoenix Blues Society, Record High Vinyl, the Rhythm Room Concert Club, Mojo Hand Blues Art Apparel, and the listeners of Public Radio.